Oof.
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 We don't take pictures anymore?
No, they changed the way they do it.
Oh, good.
I mean, we can. It's just
not
it's a lot
necessary.
more of a
That looks a little bit better.
pain in the rear.
Oof. I'm waiting for my hair color. I might just have to go with the color that I have. And this is so bad. All right.
Hey, Michael Melkos. Hello, Al Bear, Stronger and Wiser. Sam I am. Rosa Caceres. Hello, Carolee. Carolee. Thank you, Sam. Hello, Safe. Did I already say hello to you, Safe? Hello, Jakob. Susan from Tulsa. Edison Al. Hello, Taylor Amois. Hello, Rhiannon Walls. Darla, welcome. Hello, Kara, one of our hardest workers, volunteering for this buffoonery. Hello, Cindy.
Somebody's volunteering?
Well, they volunteer to moderate.
Not much to moderate. Not a lot of people watching us live.
Hello, Chris. It's about the same as it's about the same as it's always been.
Yeah. Probably could promote it a little bit more on our part.
Where you been? Safe? Hello, Amanda Thomas. Wheezy in the house. So Wheezy and her husband, they see Joe. And remember I was telling you about Joe, the artist that said he's booked up through April?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they gave me I name dropped them because they gave me the referral on Joe. Hello, Tanya Cherry. Hello, Joel, Rihanna Wells's son. My man. Hello, Terry Mabe. All right. Just like old times. Hello, Hector. Wasabi. Hello, Alexandra McAnally. Shout out to your pup, Wednesday Adams.
Wednesday, that's cute.
Okay, very cool. Hello, John. Hello, Christina. All right, everybody filing in, taking their seats.
I meant to work out today and I just never got around to it. I even had the sports bra on. Not that I'm going to jog or anything. It just makes me feel like I'm going to work out and I was going to walk the dogs. And I don't know. I don't have any energy right now.
Me either.
Is it because the weather's changing? Is something going on?
I guess.
Last week, and it's still not right. My eye was giving me a fit, and then it got real scaly, and it's still kind of scaly. I think there's something in the air. And we went to we haven't been on the podcast to talk about it, have we? About my eyes just pouring water?
No, we haven't talked about that.
I was at the baseball.
Well, save it.
Well, I mean,
they're gonna hear it twice. Just save it if you want.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever you want to do.
I don't think it's an interesting story. I'm just talking to be talking as I usually do. Can we get started though?
Yeah.
Alan's still taking notes. He insisted I did a clap back, but it's not a clap back. It's really not. It's just me talking to be talking. A clap back, I think, has to be more clever.
Well, it was the way you said it to me.
No, if I just say something smart ass, that's not a clap back.
Yeah, it is, because generally speaking, your wife isn't supposed to say smart ass things to you.
Well, generally speaking, do you do everything that you're supposed to do?
What is it? What is this? Nanny nanny boo boo? What are we playing?
You just nanny nanny boo booed me.
What are we playing? Nanny nanny boo boo? Hello, kitten tracks.
That trash can is full. I didn't empty it.
12 days of no power.
Oh no. I'm so sorry. That's horrible.
That is very horrible.
Horrible.
Okay, guys. Well, is everybody in their seats? Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, I think we are.
Let's go.
Yeah, give us a little something.
Testing 1, 2. Test. John and I have a goal of going straight to bed after this.
Ima, I'm a pipe layer. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. I'm a pipe layer. Please pick up the red courtesy phone. I'm a pipe layer.
Is that
Pipe layer?
French?
Pipe layer? Yeah, I think pipe layer.
Maybe it's pronounced pipe layer.
Pipe layer is French. Ready?
Yep. Welcome to our podcast. It's called A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans, and this is my husband and podcast co-host of the past 4+ years, Alan Evans.
A trade in the house.
Welcome, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me tonight.
Welcome to you.
Not
what
that
am
it
I,
was
a guest?
Not that it was a question that you would or not, but
Yeah.
I'm just glad we're both here.
We're both here. We are here. We've both said that right after the podcast, and we're recording right now at 8:10 p.m. Central Standard Time, that after we get done and between the next 45 minutes to an hour, we're going directly straight to bed.
We are worn out. I don't know I haven't really done anything excessive. I didn't even walk the dogs today, but I'm just so tired. I think it's the changing of the seasons and the allergies or something.
Remember when you, me, my mom and my dad are in their 70s. And
yeah.
You and I are both in our 50s now.
Yes.
We went to IHOP. And
yes.
This was after some games?
Listen, Saturday, we had to be at an 8 a.m. baseball game.
Yeah, it was after the baseball game.
And the minute I sat down, my eyes started burning and pouring water.
Kellie had an attack.
Pouring water. And I got up and went, and we're at this ballpark that has no amenities. There's no concession stand or anything. Even the bathroom is just a toilet.
It was like a prison toilet.
It's a metal prison toilet
with no flush.
There's a button.
There was?
Alan.
Oh.
There's a button on the wall.
Well, no, I didn't do the nasty thing.
You still have to flush.
I did the latrine, the stand-up latrine.
Anyway, I had a metal prison toilet, and there's no sink to wash your hands. Nothing. And so I go to the bathroom, and I get Kleenex or toilet tissue because I'm just pouring, and my nose is pouring now, and proceeded for the next almost 2 hours. My eyes just poured water.
Yeah.
And I took 2 Benadryl. I had some Opcon A. It's the best. If you ever have, not an ad, but if you ever have red, itchy, irritated eyes, I use Opcon A. I love it. And it makes your eyes even a little bit wider.
Mm-hmm.
I had that one time. I put it in one of my eyes. It was bothering me, and that eye got a little bit bigger. It was cool. I put 3 times. I put those eye drops in my eyes. Just awful.
Mm-hmm.
So we finally get in the car after the game's over, and I just tell Alan, I said, I'm not going to sleep, but I have to close my eyes. Maybe that'll help. And by the time we decided to go to IHOP, they'd stop burning.
Yeah.
There was something in the air. It was just horrible.
So where I was going with that was
we're now at IHOP.
Yeah, now we're at IHOP, and it's my mother and my father and me and you, and we talked about the weather a lot.
We did, but mainly because of my eyes.
Right, and we were at IHOP eating brunch, talking about the weather, and I was drinking my coffee out of. Now they have these little play school coffee cups.
They are the tiniest cups.
Remember when you used to play tea with your brothers and sisters and they had those little tiny cups?
Why would they do that?
That's the kind of coffee cup I had at IHOP.
Why would they do that? It just makes the server have to come back more and more and more. Used to be before
coffee, I guess.
Pre-COVID, wouldn't they put a pot on your table?
Yeah, they put a pot on your table.
And
the syrup.
Used to be, you'd have like 4 syrups to choose
from. 4
from.
flavors.
Did anybody ever use the blueberry and all that stuff?
The boys.
But they've taken those away because we can't touch the syrup or the coffee pot, but they leave the salt and pepper out. It makes no sense.
Well, we could go down a bunny hole of listing 100 things that don't make any sense. But that's not what we're going to talk about on this podcast.
I thought you were going to bust me for what happened. I got so excited, y'all, because on the IHOP menu, if you turned over on the back, they had the 55 plus menu.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that's where you were going.
No.
And I was like, I told my in-laws and my husband, I said, next year I can order off the 55 plus menu.
And you get 10% off at Ross on Tuesdays.
And I can move into retirement communities if I didn't have kids.
You might have to do that one on your own.
I got real excited.
I'm not doing that one. I'm not doing that one yet.
But I can get like special meals that actually they're a little smaller portions. It's almost like ordering back on the child's plate, but for better prices, right?
Well, just go to Luby's or Piccadilly.
Can y'all believe I'm going to be 55 next year?
Mm.
Isn't that crazy? What happened?
Mm.
You married an older woman.
I did, babe, but you're not
I'm
that
a cougar.
much. Well, you're not that much
I'm a
older.
cougar.
But that's not
Anyway.
what we're going to talk about on this podcast. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We got a lot of good stuff.
We already covered a lot of ground.
Well, we
just got started.
We covered that. We're going to talk about the 90s a little bit, and that's going to segue us into something where I might have to step up on a soapbox. I might have to step up on a stump. What do you call it? Step up on an egg crate, and I might have to vent just a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. We also have one of our listeners' favorite bits. It came back this week. I caught Kellie clapping back at me.
Yeah.
She says it's not a clap back. I think it is a clap back. We will let you, good, strong, dear listener, decide.
If I just say something like in agreement with you, or like if you, like Alan will say something kind of self-deprecating. I said Alan. I said Alan will.
Oh, I thought you said Alan.
I said Alan will.
My man.
My tongue is dry too. I cannot drink enough water.
You got thick tongue? Like
yes.
Marble mouth?
I drank a gallon of water today and I'm still feel dehydrated. I don't know what's going on.
I have raspy voice.
No. Anyway.
Yeah.
Alan will say something self-deprecating and I'll be like, yeah. And he thinks that's a clap back. But that's not a clap
that's
back.
not what happened. That's not what happened.
Anyway.
Well, you know what? Why don't you do a little bit?
Why don't you do something? Why don't you?
I'll do something.
See, is that a clap back?
Why don't you do a little bit of that, and then we'll go right into it. We'll start with the clap back.
All right. I had to go to the store today to pick up some toiletries and things. And I was like, man, I remember when I used to have to go to the store to buy my razors. Just think about the last time you did that. Why do razors cost for ladies so much more than men's? Just because they're pink.
Pink tax.
Well, yes, it is because of the pink tax. That is very real. And the thing is, I used to think I had to use a men's razor to get a close shave, but then I discovered Billy. Because Billy razors, yes, Billy with an IE, right? Because used to be I'd have to go over and over and over my legs. And I'm telling you, I never felt like I was getting a super close shave. 10 minutes later, I had stubble again. But with Billy, it's the best razor out there for women at half the price you'd expect to pay. No pink tax, no visit to the drugstore, no irritation, no matter what. Billy's crazy affordable starter kit comes with their award-winning razor. Say award-winning 10 times fast. That's hard. Award-winning razor. Do it.
I can't. Award-winning razor.
Yep, that's Billy. You did a good job. It comes with that, 2 precision 5-blade refill cartridges, and a cult favorite magnetic holder. Billy blades have 360-degree charcoal shave soap built right in, so they float like a cloud over your skin. Allure even called them the smoothest shave ever. And they're an Allure Best of Beauty winner and on Nylon's beauty hit list for a reason. Yes, razors do win awards, and Billy has won a ton of them.
And don't suffer another second paying a pink tax for a bad shave. Go to mybilly.com/Lovin to get the best razor you will ever own while supporting our show. Billy is half the price of other razors, plus free shipping always. Just go to mybilly.com/Lovin.
Did you notice I made the font a little bigger for you?
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Because the last podcast, you had it in like 2.5 points.
It was at 125% last time. Now I've got it at 150. I tried.
No, that's not 150.
That was 150.
That looked like 9.
I increased it to 150. Anyway.
Okay, why don't we just get this out of the way since I teased it a little bit. Do you have anything else you wanted to mention?
Well, I always have stuff to mention, but get your stuff that you promised.
Get my stuff that I promised?
Yes.
Okay, well, we do this bit on the podcast every once in a while. We haven't done it in a while. We haven't done it in maybe...
Because I haven't clapped back lately.
You've been kind of low-key. You've just kind of been chilling. Well, it's just kind of been, it's kind of been quiet on the clapback front. But the way this started is just very briefly, I have an undeserved, I am misrepresented on this podcast as being mean to Kellie. I hear it on the social medias.
Yeah. I
hear it on interweb.
Yeah.
I hear it in email.
Yeah. See, I'm agreeing with him. That's not clapping back.
And it goes something like this. This is what I hear. Alan, you need to be nicer to Kellie. been listening to her on Kid Craddock Maury show. She's on the Eagle with Kid. That was in 1652.
No, I wasn't on the Eagle.
Well, she was.
No.
That's how long I've known her. I've known her
Really?
longer than you.
Really wasn't on the Eagle.
So here's the deal. You be nicer to my sweet Kellie, or I'm going to find you and I'm going to kill you.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Death threats?
Yes.
Do we need to call 911?
It's something like that. It's just something like that. And I say,
You might be exaggerating a tad.
Dear sweet listener, I'm sorry. I will do better. I appreciate this constructive criticism, and I will take this to become a better man. Okay?
Okay.
But if the listener knew in these four walls of
if y'all knew.
In these four walls.
If y'all knew.
Of how you speak to me.
Right. But I let it build up. See,
Yeah.
I bite my tongue. And then finally I snap.
They would be horrified.
Horrified?
They would be mortified. So herein lies the bit. Kellie claps back.
I'm telling y'all, this is not one.
Kellie clapped back at me this week. It was, it had to do with us going to a dinner party. We went to a dinner party, saw some very dear friends of ours, several couples that we know that we love to spend time with and break bread with and have conversation and sip on the fermented grape.
I drank a lot, but I wasn't driving.
Oh, did you drink a lot?
Alan was so mad at me.
I went, well, it's when I try to talk to you in that state, you just don't listen to me. But that's a whole nother subject.
We got home, I wanted to sleep with the dogs. And Alan's like, no, we won't get any sleep. I'm like, they're fine. They're fine. I want to sleep with the dogs. So at 4:00 in the morning, the dogs are up, jumping around and fighting on the bed. So I have to get up and put the dogs up.
And after a night of drinking, that's exactly what you want, are dogs jumping in the bed.
I took care of it.
At 4 a.m.
I put them up
Okay,
at 4 a.m.
So here's what
He
happened.
was so happy.
We had a bunch of couples, and I wasn't eavesdropping, but I just heard Kellie saying something about magic. And whenever I hear the word magic, I'm like, yeah, I perk up a little bit. And then I could hear her telling the story to her girlfriends about how when we first went out, and you've told this on
Yeah.
why don't you tell it? When we first went out, it was like our third date.
Yeah, it was like our third date. He took me to this really nice steakhouse, and I had never been there before, so that was nice. And we're sitting there, and we're I think we're done with our entrees at that point. And Alan pulls out a deck of cards and starts shuffling cards, and and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening here? He's gonna do magic, and I don't know why it just mortified me. I don't know why I was embarrassed. I'm like, I don't want to date a magician. And I was telling my friends that, and we're sitting there, and he's just plowing through, because I think he could say he did not have a very willing audience. And I was like, what are you doing? Because I don't like where I can't figure stuff out. It makes me mad, and I feel stupid. I don't like feeling stupid. So anyway, he's doing these tricks. I'm like, well, how did you do it? And it was so bad. He told me how he did the tricks because he really liked me. Because I was like, how did you do that? How did you just tell me how you did it? I'm serious. Tell me. And he did. Well, meantime, all these people at the other tables are watching. They're mesmerized. He
pulled their chairs up.
They pulled their chairs. He's setting stuff on fire in the middle of the restaurant. They were just amazed. And I
were
told
doves produced?
No.
Oh.
And I told my girlfriends, I said, I went from being so embarrassed to being his number one cheerleader.
That's true.
And fan. And I'm always telling everybody, he does magic. Get Alan to do a magic trick for you. And I think it's great.
That is
true. But on date number 3, I did not.
Right before our first dance, I did a magic trick.
At the wedding.
At the wedding? Do you remember that?
Yeah, you pulled out a rose. You did a fire and you turned it into rose.
Mm-hmm. When we got engaged, I did a magic trick.
Yeah, I screwed that up.
Well, I just asked you to add like 8 and 6.
He asked me to add numbers.
I think you came up with 11 or something like that.
Well, no, I think you wanted me to get to 13.
I wanted you to get to 13.
And I was like, I'm sitting there, and for some reason it just wasn't computing. And my answer was supposed to be 13, and it wasn't. He's like, do the math again. I was ruining my own proposal, but I didn't know it.
Well, that's okay. I guess the point is we kind of have a history of, I have a history, I guess, of trying to impress you with magic, because it's something I think is fun and cool. And I have a good friend who's a professional, and Dave McGee, who's a professional magician. And I just kind of think it's fun and cool. So after the party, we're back at home. I think it was the next morning. And I said to Kellie, So here we go. Here's the clapback.
I don't remember, but I remember telling you this isn't a clapback.
So this is Alan, happy-go-lucky AE in the morning, just sipping up.
This is the morning you woke up cussing mad? Is this the same morning you woke up cussing mad?
That's because the
Do you
dogs
want to
were
repeat the
jumping
words?
and growling.
But do you want to repeat the words that? See, I'm saving you from not repeating the words that came out of your mouth, Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky Alan.
I'm the only one that cusses at the dogs. Okay,
You-
so here's happy-go-lucky AE sipping on his coffee with Kellie. Alan, hey babe, I overheard you talking to the ladies last night about magic. What were y'all talking about? I wasn't eavesdropping. I just heard magic. What were y'all talking about? Kellie tells the story she just told. Okay, Kellie says, oh, I was just telling them about how on our third date, you did magic. And I was mad at first, but now I'm your biggest cheerleader. Alan, yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a time when I really tried to be fun and spontaneous, because I think magic is fun and spontaneous. Kellie, yeah, but it really made me angry. Alan, well, heaven forbid I try to be fun and spontaneous anymore. I've just given up now. Kellie, you got that right.
That's not a clapback. That's me agreeing with you.
So you've agreed after 4 years that I've given up. It's basically what happened.
On being fun and spontaneous.
Oh,
That's what you said you were giving up, on being fun and spontaneous.
come on. Really?
When's the last time you've done something fun and spontaneous with me? Again, not a clapback. That's a question.
Didn't I just take you on a date? We just went
See,
somewhere.
look at it.
We just went somewhere.
Where'd we go?
I can't remember, but I know I took you
Going
somewhere.
to get pho once a week is not fun and spontaneous. Because I was like, some pho. And then, so we go to the same restaurants all the time.
Well, you didn't want to go with me the other night. I just went by myself.
Were you upset I didn't go?
Yes. I was
Are
sitting
you
there.
serious?
Yes, I was sitting there in our seat. Sitting there. I got nobody across the table from me.
I told Alan I wasn't hungry and I didn't want to go for pho. He said, well, I'll just go get some pho. And I thought he was going to bring it home. He said, no, I'm just going to sit there by myself. I was like, all right. I didn't want to go.
Well,
Is that terrible?
no, you said you were trying some new eating plan or something.
Yeah.
And you had already eaten your.
Yeah,
I think you'd already had your caloric intake or something.
Yeah.
Okay, babe. Here's kind of the meat of that was a clapback.
It was not.
Anyway.
Agreeing with you is not a clapback.
Here's something, and maybe our listeners can help us out on, because I know a lot of listeners do this. A lot of people do this. Is like you said, you say something self-deprecating, and it's okay for you to say it, but as soon as somebody agrees with you, then all of a sudden it's a clapback.
That means you're fishing for them to say, no, you're not. You're not like that. I love you. That's what you were fishing for, I guess.
So you just agree with me and ask me when the last time we did do something spontaneous.
Because you just busted me in a clapback.
So agree.
And you're making it sound like we woke up in such a great mood on Sunday morning anyway.
Oh, we were so hungover.
So that's, don't even.
So don't
even go there.
So don't listen to me.
No. That's what I meant. Now y'all can start sending me, you're so mean to Alan. He loves you so much. You shouldn't do that to Alan. Y'all can send that to me, okay?
We podcast at kellyandalan.com.
That's right. Send me all your complaints.
So we attended one of our children's sporting events last night. Is the first time we've been able to do that. What did we do, babe?
We went to see our eighth grader. Wait, what grade is Cole in? Seventh. I get our grades mixed up. He's a seventh grader now.
Yeah.
We went to see our seventh grader play. We only missed one game. It was only a second game.
Yeah, he had an away game.
It was like on the other side of creation.
We weren't able to make.
We weren't able to make that one, but we were able to go to their home game. So it was only the second game. We only missed one.
What sport?
Football.
Or as Tony Romo would say, football.
Yeah, and so I guess I'm officially a football mom. I never thought I'd say that.
Football.
Even the lady taking tickets, she said, "Which boy is yours?" I said, "Cole Evans is mine."
Mm-hmm. And it happened to be Cole's history teacher.
And she was a good boy. She's his Texas history teacher.
Yeah. But that was fun. We watched Cole play. He plays on offense and defense. And he also plays on the kickoff team. And that was
He's in a lot.
He's in a lot.
There's so many boys on this team. Apparently, the school has a policy that if you want to play football, you can be on the team. And, it was really interesting because some of the kids, you can just see they're going to be little superstars. But Cole is in there. He's grinding. But I miss so much of the action, like when somebody take the ball and run, because I'm too busy trying to follow Cole.
Mhm.
And he would block a tackle. So I'm watching Cole, what he's doing. So I'm missing the guy running, and stuff like that. But I was like, Cole's not drinking water. Cole needs to go drink water. The whole time I'm obsessed with the fact
drink any water.
It is 1 billion degrees out here. We're all sitting baking in the sun. I don't know who designed this field, but we are sitting in the setting sun. The visitors are in the shade. The home team, we're all like, I'm sitting behind an umbrella. I've got on sunscreen, a hat, and sunglasses. I'm like, I'm dying.
Mhm.
Why isn't Cole drinking water? Cole's not drinking any water. Cole's going to get a cramp if he does it the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was such a football mom.
Yeah, he on offense he told me he plays, it's called a slot receiver. So he's a receiver, but he's closer to the line. And I was kind of asking him before the game, do you think they're going to throw at you, throw you a pass? And he goes, well, we don't really throw a lot. We run almost every play.
They pass it to somebody and they take off running.
Well,
I saw
they hand it off.
Yeah, they pass it to somebody. We'll give it to somebody.
They hand it off. Yeah. So
I don't know all the terminology.
Yeah, no. So those are running plays. But Cole told me he gets to block a lot. That's kind of his bit. But his best play, he blocked a guy, stuck on him, kind of pushed him down the field, and then the running back ran that direction right by him. And he sprung the running back for a really nice run. And I think he was in on a couple of tackles. We were wanting him to jump on the pile.
We wanted him to get on the pile, like jump in. But one time Cole was just like, after you.
He did the Matador defense.
Yeah, one time that guy was like, nope, I ain't ruining my football career on game 2.
Right.
But it was really cute. And then after the guys, we didn't know how things worked. So we kind of went over there to hang out where the guys were having their post-team meeting. And then they all jumped up and they charged into the locker room. Yay! They didn't see us, but it was fun.
Didn't he look so big in a football uniform, though?
He did look bigger, yeah.
Didn't he look a lot bigger?
Yeah.
The big old helmet and the shoulder pads and everything.
It's fun. They've got so many sports they do: baseball, soccer, football, tennis, and I don't know. It's a lot, but it's a lot of fun.
Busy weekend this weekend. Friday is our youngest, Dylan's 9th birthday.
Yeah.
So Dilly will be 9.
And I offered party. I had all these ideas, suggestions for parties. He's like, nope, I just want to go fishing with Daddy. That's what he wants to do.
Boy, I offered him a big party, and you want to have all your friends over and go to Dave and Buster's or go to Grandscape, or he's like, nope,
we're going fishing.
I want to go fishing. I'm like, okay.
So that's what we're doing.
So I'm taking him fishing.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun.
And he'll love that. And we've already, don't want to spill the beans, but got him a lot of stuff.
I don't think he listens to the podcast.
Well, but you never know. Could make it back to him somehow. But yeah, Kelly, I was telling Kelly today, she is money on anything that has to do with birthdays, thank you notes, organizing stuff.
Thank you, honey. I appreciate it.
Yeah, see, I'm building you up.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Building you up.
You're very handsome.
Mm-hmm. That's what people do.
You're very handsome.
That's what spouses do. They build each other up.
Thank you.
Well,
I just like to get people what they want. I get really excited. Somebody will mention something in February, and I'll put it in the back of my brain, or I'll keep a little note on it, and I'll give it to him for Christmas. And I get so excited. But I'll tell you, he is obsessed for whatever reason with Gucci.
He calls
He's
it
obsessed
Gucci.
with Gucci.
Why is he so obsessed
I
with
don't
Gucci?
know. Is it from a song, a rapper, Gucci Mane? Did somebody rap about Gucci?
It's something he saw online.
So I told Alan, I said, I'm going to get that kid some Gucci. Just, I've been trying to look at all these.
It's kind of a dime.
Well, I've been trying to get him like used Gucci. You go to consignment shops.
Like I got.
Yeah, you go to consignment shops and stuff and on eBay. And I found a pair of shoes, but they were just a little bit too small, but they were used. And I was like, they don't look too bad. They were like, what, $70 or something for Gucci. So, but I didn't get those. But if anybody has a hookup on Gucci for a 9-year-old, because he just loves it so much. It's just so silly and random. But yeah, we don't really buy our kids designer stuff.
We talked about it a little bit. I guess it was on the last podcast or the podcast before. how we found a consignment shop for men.
Yeah.
And we really, really thought it was great. And I got a pair of designer driving mops. They're suede.
They happen to be Gucci.
They're a designer brand that rhymes with Bucci. And I posted these online and just wanted to get internet feedback.
Because you didn't know to wear socks or not.
And I thought you were supposed to wear socks, but then I looked it up and it said, no, don't. That's old man.
When I moved to Dallas from South Carolina 27 years ago, my dad had Go West. And
just look.
All right. We got hats and belts and boots, jeans and shirts and Western suits. For the finest Western wear, go West.
Go West.
Go West.
Go West.
We got the finest Western wear, go West.
Go West.
Them good old boys gonna treat you well, go West.
Go West.
Don't settle for less. Go West. That's Go West.
That's Go West at the Florence Mall. Let us bring out the cowboy in you.
There you go. You got it. So anyway, Minnetonka moccasins. I used to wear Minnetonka driving moccasins all the time.
Wait a minute. What kind?
Minnetonka. You can still buy them. You can go to DSW, not DSW, Nordstrom Rack, and they sell Minnetonka moccasins.
They let people sell those?
Yes. Oh, come on.
I don't know. They killed the freaking Land O'Lakes Indian. Why wouldn't they kill Minnetonka moccasins?
Anyway, they still make them. And I came to Dallas with my Minnetonka moccasins, and everybody made fun of me. Like I was some country bumpkin come to town, which I was. And now everybody wears Gucci's making them. Anyway, that I went off on that. Okay,
anyway, where was I going with
You were talking about going to the consignment.
Yeah, but there was something else.
Your internet poll about your socks or not.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of hot sports opinions, and they were either love them or hate them. There was no in between.
It wasn't about the socks. It was about
It was just about, no, at that time when I took the pictures, I had taken the socks off. Because remember, you said, why don't you try them without socks?
Just to see how it feels.
Yeah, and then I took them off, and then I snapped some pictures while I was sitting in a Starbucks and posted them because, I have to post everything. And yeah, it was either love them, great deal, can't believe you found those, to Alan, I usually support your choices, but this one I have to disagree with.
Those are the same people that would have hated on my Minnetonkas.
Yeah.
But that's all right, as long as you love them.
No, I love them. And you know what else I love?
What?
That.
You're the king of segues, honey.
That was a good segue.
You are. You're so good at segues.
Why don't you?
I appreciate how much direction you give us on the podcast. You do a very good job of that, of keeping us on track.
I can tell my love language is words of affirmation.
That's what I'm giving you.
And I can tell when I'm being mocked.
I love you very
I can tell
much.
when I'm being
patronized. I
patronized.
appreciate you pointing out that it's time to do another sponsor. But let me tell you, I'm very happy to have this sponsor on our podcast. They're also a sponsor of my Love Letters to Kellie podcast. I give a lot of advice. I don't do it on this show, but on the other podcasts, people write me letters and ask for my advice. And, I try to do my best. I don't want to ever cause anybody any harm. It's based on my experience and, just what I would do in that situation. But a lot of times people need professional counseling. And that's why I was so thrilled when BetterHelp became a sponsor of our podcast. BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. And you can send a message to your counselor at any time and get timely, thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video sessions if you like that. Sometimes you want to see the face, or you can do it over the phone, and you never have to drive across town or sometimes to the next town. Not everybody has a great therapist where they live. And BetterHelp is committed to facilitating a great therapeutic match for you. So they make it easy and free to change counselors if you need to do that. It is more affordable than traditional offline counseling with financial aid available. If you're listening to this podcast anywhere in the world, you can access BetterHelp. It works anywhere you are. And they have, you think that nobody specializes in my problem. Yes, they do. Licensed professional counselors specialize in marital conflict. You know what's coming up, the holidays. And a lot of people are dreading it because the family issues that come up there. People get really depressed around the holidays. If you have anxiety about that, any issue, BetterHelp can help you with that. And remember, anything you share is confidential.
It is. And we want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/sandwich. So join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sandwich.
All right, honey. And I'm going to keep you on track and remind everybody you want to talk about something to do with the 90s.
Yeah, you remember the 90s.
I do.
You were you just moved here. Yeah, kind of like mid-90s, right?
I moved here in 94 to Texas from South Carolina.
Let me give our listeners a flavor of the mid-90s. I'm specifically speaking about 1995, 1996. So the fall of 95 and early 1996.
Why are you picking that particular time?
I will tie this together here in just a second. But Billboard Hot 100, a sampling of some of the songs, Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
Give us a little.
Been living most our lives, living in a gangster's I'm on the wrong key. What is that?
Whoa.
Living in a gangster's paradise. I have no idea what key that is.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Let's let Coolio do that one.
Been spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise.
Here, I got one you can do. I got one you can do. Here's another.
Can't get the note.
Here's another mid-90s song. Waterfalls.
Don't go chasing waterfalls and the rivers and the lakes that we're used to. What are you doing? You're not even. Well, then don't do that noise. Why are you doing that noise?
I was trying to add color.
You're making me. I can't even remember the words now.
Okay, another mid-90s song, "Creep" by TLC.
Oh, by TLC.
Mm-hmm.
How's it go?
I don't know. How about "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal?
I've been kissed by a rose on the grave. I've been kissed by a rose on the grave.
So let's see. Yeah, let's let Seal do that one too. And "On Bended Knee," a Boyz II Men song.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't. I'm drawing
the mid-90s were a long freaking time ago. Here's some of the movies. Okay. Dead Man Walking, 12 Monkeys, Heat.
I saw
Heat.
None of those.
I saw Dead Man Walking.
I saw none of those.
One of my favorite movies, seriously, one of my favorite movies, top 10 movies of all time, Seven.
That's one of your top 10?
Oh, it's great.
That's creepy.
I don't like scary movies, but I'm getting chills right now.
I did see that.
I don't like scary movies, but I like Seven.
That was Brad Pitt and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes. No. What's in the Box?
No, I
Spacey.
hated that. No.
Morgan Freeman. Great movie.
No.
The Usual Suspects, another great movie.
See that. That was good. Kevin Spacey was good.
Kaiser Soze. Okay, so mid-90s, long time ago. Windows 95, that was the technology. Remember when Microsoft had the Start Me Up?
Start me up.
Yeah, with the Rolling Stones.
If you start me up, I'll never stop.
Hey, and as a side note, if you want a really good laugh, sometime go to YouTube or Google the launch party for Windows 95 and watch Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer dancing in front of their employees to start me up. That is some serious white guy dancing. Okay, so the mid-90s, about 26 years ago. That is also the last time that my favorite football team, the Dallas Cowboys, won a Super Bowl.
It's been a long time.
26 years ago. I was 24. I remember setting up. The Cowboys played the Steelers, and they won the third of their Super Bowls with the original, Troy. And
I was there.
You were at the game?
I went. Is that the
one
in
Arizona?
Arizona. Yeah, I was there. Kid Craddock was so mad at me. He didn't go. He said our assistant with us, so we went.
Well, that's funny. I was back in Dallas in my living room, and I was setting up a modem. I remember kind of watching the TV, and I was also setting up my dial-up account.
Diana Ross was the halftime performer.
Diana Ross,
and
I remember.
She was came in a helicopter.
Yeah.
I lowered her down.
So the reason I bring this up.
So I was there for their last Super Bowl win.
How
about that?
26 freaking years ago. It's because the NFL season kicked off last weekend, and the Cowboys played the Buccaneers. And the Cowboys, they lost the game. But
they didn't lose it bad.
They didn't lose it bad. But Tom Brady, he won the game in the end for the Bucks. Basically, what happened is at the end of the game, the Cowboys, they kick a field goal, they go up by 1 point, and they have to give the ball back to Tom. And everyone in the stadium knows what's going to happen.
Knows.
What's going to happen? I even told Kelly.
Everybody
Kelly's
knows.
sitting there. I'm like, what's going to happen, right, babe?
Yeah, we all know.
We're going to lose.
Yeah.
Because we had to give the ball back to Tom. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I was so frustrated that we lost the opener, the way we lost it, and that I haven't seen a championship in 26 years.
Yeah.
That, again, I immediately went to internet and put my frustrations on internet.
You did.
And I mentioned these things, that the 90s were 26 years ago.
Well, this particular part of the 90s was 26 years ago.
Yeah. And I think part of the problem is this. Here, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and tell me if you know the answer. There's one NFL team out of all the teams, their players, they don't run out in a cement tunnel. They run through a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
A nightclub.
That's the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
We've seen that happen.
Okay. There's one NFL team, and all the NFL teams that in their stadium, their football stadium where they play football, we have a curated art collection.
That is true. Are we the only football stadium that has that?
I don't know, but ours does.
We do. We have a curated art collection at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
Let me give you another one. There's one NFL team that spent $1 billion to build AT&T Stadium. And it has a dome,
Y'all, this is what gets me. I can't believe it.
It has a dome with,
I know.
It has a retractable roof, but most of the time it's closed because it's too freaking hot.
Yeah.
Now, the only dome in the NFL where sun is a factor at the end of the game.
They built it where the setting sun blinds whoever is facing that way on the field. Didn't somebody think about that? You could have tilted the stadium just a little bit to the left or the right, and that wouldn't have been an issue. It shocks me.
Shocking.
It really, and I don't know anything.
What team is that?
But nobody thought about that?
What team?
The Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys, yeah.
It's horrible.
There's one team in the NFL who has Post Malone regularly visit Cowboys HQ.
What's wrong with that?
Why
does that bother you?
What are we doing? Are we playing football?
His dad works for the Cowboys.
He does? Yeah, I knew that. Do you think he's up there just seeing his dad?
A lot of celebrities love the Cowboys.
I get that. But we're trying to play football and win football games.
I get it. But if you're a celebrity, you do celebrity stuff and that show up at these games and get special treatment and stand on the sideline. That's what you do. It really does shock me because the Cowboys have not won a Super Bowl in so long, and yet they're still the most valuable franchise out there.
And I told Kelly, and I was telling some other
it's really
people
surprising.
That's because the Dallas Cowboys they're not a serious football club.
No, they're all about marketing.
It's a marketing company. It's a marketing company.
Yeah, that's true.
They sell a bunch of merchandise, a bunch of tickets, a bunch of sponsorships, and that's awesome. Yeah. They all make a bunch of money, and they're all very rich, and they can pay their players a lot of money. That's awesome. But you know what they don't do? Win Super Bowls.
It's true.
So I posted this. I'm not going to name names, but there was an ex-player who saw my post and liked it.
Troy Aikman. He's talking about Troy Aikman. My lovely, darling Troy Aikman.
He's my buddy.
And I love him.
Well,
I love him.
He's my buddy.
Well, I loved him first.
So anyway.
I do love him. You know who I've started really digging is Tom Brady.
Me too.
I've never really, because everybody hated Tom Brady when he was with the Patriots. Is that right?
Yeah.
Everybody hated on him. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe he's a jerk in real life, but he's also extremely talented. That's why they hated him. He is in all these commercials and he is cracking me up. He seems like the nicest guy. He's got the best sense of humor. Mm-hmm. He's super talented. It's really incredible. So I've become a big Tom Brady fan too. Him and that Gronkowski guy.
Rob Gronkowski.
You're so funny.
They are funny. Yeah.
I've become a fan.
The commercials were funny.
The commercials are funny.
But hey, this is kind of tongue in cheek.
Hey, they're effective too. We're like, we want to eat fresh. We want to go to Subway.
Yeah, we want to go to Subway. But kind of tongue in cheek, I'm up on my soapbox griping about the Cowboys. So thank you for listening, dear listener. Thank you for letting me get that off my chest.
Well, it's a roundabout way of getting me to reveal that Troy Aikman liked your Instagram.
I wasn't going to name his name. You named it. But
eyelash in my eye.
you're still picking your eyes again.
Eyelash in my eye.
But yeah, I just don't understand. And I'm going to keep watching the games. I'm a
I know.
lifelong fan. I'm
I
a very
know.
loyal fan. I just want to see him win.
You tried boycotting because you were so mad and you just can't do it because you're a fan.
Well, I
You
didn't
are what
watch
you
all
are.
of last year just because I wasn't going to watch football games where there's no people in the stands
know,
and they're
I know.
piping in fake noise.
And that was weird.
That was weird.
But it's like we watch sitcoms with fake laugh tracks,
True. Good point.
but you can't see the empty audience. Unlike the stands, you could see the empty stands. They tried not to show them too much, right?
Yeah, they try not to show them, but this year they're letting fans in, and I don't know. Football season's kicked off, and I went to Texas Tech. Tech's off to a good start. They've won too. We're talking about a lot of football.
Are we going to try to go to a tailgate?
Yeah, I'd love to. Let's go to a
Look at
game.
the schedule.
But check this out. I showed Kellie this. I was like, I can't believe this. What is going on? Tech's won their first 2 games, which is awesome. But at their last game, which was a home game in Lubbock, I'm scrolling through my feed, and I follow Texas Tech and Texas Tech football and athletics on Instagram. And I get to a picture posted by Texas Tech, and there's Shaquille O'Neal outside the stadium doing his DJ, his Shaq Diesel bit with a Texas Tech flat bill on. Like, what is happening? Why is Shaq Diesel in Lubbock?
Maybe he has a kid that goes to Tech.
And then this gigantic crowd out there dancing, having a good time. I was like,
or they just hired him and he's wearing the hat because they paid him.
Like, why didn't Raider Alley ever look like that when I'm there?
I don't know, honey. I don't know.
I'm a frustrated football fan.
You're just frustrated in general. And you got to be married to me.
Oh, come on.
Always clapping back.
That's the best part.
Thank you, honey.
All right, man. Well, thanks for letting me bitch and moan and whine about that. I'm just so defeated. I don't know. I just feel like this is going to be another season.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Another season of 8-8.
I'm sorry.
9-7.
I know. No cigar.
I'm not even okay. Last thing I'm going to say. I'm not even asking for a Super Bowl win. How about we just go to
the playoffs?
How about get to the playoffs?
Yeah.
And then how about maybe win a game or 2 and get to the championship game?
Well, it just makes
Let's get to the championship game.
I don't even care that much. I don't. But I do enjoy watching. I mean, if I'm going to watch, I'm going to enjoy it. And I get into it, right? I just don't like Jerry Jones' attitude about it. He makes me mad. He's still like, because he used to always say how you like those 3 Super Bowl rings. And it's like,
3 Super Bowls.
Okay, Jerry, that's over almost 3 decades ago now. I mean, come on.
Well, Kellie, that was 26 years ago.
I don't like that.
Have you been out to the stadium lately?
Yeah, but it hurts my eyes because of the setting sun, Mr. Jones.
Why does my Jerry Jones and my Boss Man George and my Dave McGee, and why do they all sound alike?
I don't know, but I want you to work on your Troy Aikman. And then I'm going to close your eyes and let you talk sexy to me.
Oh, God.
I love Troy Aikman.
That's creepy.
But I love you. I married you, honey. You're my husband.
Don't be messing with my buddy. He's commenting on my
I know.
my
We might have blown it by even saying something on the podcast.
You probably did.
Oh, he knows I have a crush on him. I've talked about him for years. I said his jaw could cut glass. He's so cute.
What about my jaw?
Sweet.
Can my jaw cut glass?
You got a nice jaw too.
My jaw can just cut like cake.
Yeah, I'm wondering. All
right, babe. Well, you got anything?
Well, I'm going to say some stuff. I've got
some
stuff
stuff we can get to
next. We've got,
No, we've got. Yes,
all
we
of our
have something else.
content.
No, we've got something else.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, that was your
Okay,
part
look,
too.
that was my. Well, we were supposed to both. I did write it down on my little sheet of paper. All right, so I had somebody reach out to me on Facebook and said, "When are we going to get everybody together again from the podcast family? I miss everybody." And I said, "You know what? It was so funny because I saw that message the same day Alan and I had just talked about it, right? We said we need to look at our calendar and we need to pick another time for us to all get together and go back to Oat Barbecue. And we kind of take over the place. We don't, shut the place down just for our podcast family listeners, but, we do kind of take over the place. But we're going to do that again. And we're going to wait till it cools off just a little bit.
This is an official podcast get together.
It's an official podcast family meetup. And it's going to be on Saturday, November the 13th at 6 p.m. And until, people can stay as long as they want. And I already called Chef Mike and let him know we're coming. And he said he's going to have some live music there. And it was suggested we had a little cornhole tournament. and maybe the winner gets free drinks or something. I don't know. We might do something fun like that. But Saturday, November 13th, mark that on your calendars. We're going to do a little pre-holiday podcast family get together, because you know what happens once Thanksgiving hits. Forget about it. Everybody's busy with Christmas parties and everything, and this is probably going to be the best chance for us to get together with everybody.
So it's like a Friendsgiving for our podcast.
It's
family.
a pre-Friendsgiving
Kind of
barbecue, but we do serve turkey.
Yeah, we do. That's one of my favorite things, the smoked turkey.
Honestly, it's the best turkey I've ever had. And I think Alan and I are going to be home for Thanksgiving for the first time since 2017. Our first year of marriage, we were home for Thanksgiving. We haven't been home since. So I think we're going to be home, and I'd like to get one of the oak turkeys.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell Mike, chef.
I'm going to do that. You can order your turkeys from there for Thanksgiving as well, everybody. All right. So
What's
that's
the date
that's
again?
The thing. Saturday. No, I keep wanting to say Friday, but it's Saturday, November 13th.
13th starts at 6 p.m.
Until.
Will you be stuffing me in a car at the end of the night?
Y'all, I hope not.
Will
Y'all
Jeff be carrying me into my own home?
It was bad. Y'all need to not all buy Alan shots, because he feels obligated to drink them. Unlike me, I do not feel obligated when somebody shoves a shot in my hand to drink it, but Alan does. And it was bad. I looked over, I thought he went to the bathroom. And then a few minutes later, I looked over and he's sitting at a table all by himself, and he's got his head down. And I'm like, is he looking at his cell phone in his lap, or is he passed out? Well, you guess which one it was. Passed out.
Sweating profusely.
It was a lot, honey.
Which I tend to do before I either pass out or yak.
But let's try to not do that this time.
I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to pace myself. I'm going to enjoy a beverage in moderation and spread fun and frivolity for all.
There you go. That's all you can ask for.
Yes.
It'll be fun. I hope everybody can make it, or as many of you as can. I know a lot of people are listening. I don't know. Sam in New Zealand, you want to fly in? That would be fun.
Man.
Maybe it'll work out sometime. When Sam from New Zealand does come back, we're going to make sure that we have a podcast family, because he comes back every 2 years, right?
Yeah. We're going to sing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow for Sam.
We'll make sure we have a little get together when Sam from New Zealand comes.
Sam just texted me today.
What was he saying?
He said he sent something and be on the lookout. So
he's so nice.
He's always sending things. Thank you,
so
Sam.
Nice.
Oh, just real quick, and then we will. What did you do last week? You didn't bring it home for Jerome. Oh, you yogurted out. You yogurt out of the podcast. Like, you just end it abruptly. Whereas I kind of bring it home for Jerome. So I'm going to bring it home for Jerome, and then we'll yogurt out. So
what does yogurt out mean? I forgot.
That's when Dylan, he doesn't want to play
King
of anymore. He just says yogurt.
Yeah, but we're not playing games though.
No, I know. But when you end something abruptly, we've created a new phrase called yogurt out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You yogurt out of something when you just you just end it abruptly.
Okay.
Well, hell, I forgot what I was going to say now.
You said you were bringing it home from Jerome, and I yogurted out last week. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you to Andrea Dowling Gullidge, one of our very best customers.
She really is. She's very, very helpful.
And her husband, Big Strong Trey, who is a big, strong guy, which is why I call him Big Strong Trey. They gave me a birthday card. They gave it to me at my 50th birthday party back in August. And somehow it got lost. Somebody found it in the parking lot. I think it was it Shanda? Shanda found it in the parking lot. Well, Shanda and John, her husband John, they were one of the couples we saw when we were telling our story at the beginning of the podcast. She gave me the card finally. I finally opened it, and it had lottery tickets in it. And they were taped inside the card, and Andrea wrote, "Hope you get lucky on your birthday," and pointed to the it's kind of low-key lewd. Well, it's kind of low-key lewd too.
Well, it's cute.
Yeah, it's cute. But I won $5.
Yay.
Yeah.
She was luckier than you got on your birthday.
Well, good call. She was hoping that I would win like a lot of money because I won a car. You know, like some of that luck would rub off.
Yeah.
Hashtag rub off.
How much luck can one person have in a lifetime, though? I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, I rubbed them and rubbed them and rubbed them, and I won $5.
Well, there you go.
Yep. All right, babe. That's how I bring it home for Jerome.
Thank you.
You got anything else?
No, I'm good. I'll save it for the next podcast.
Okay. Well, I love you desperately.
Love you.
I love Cowboys football desperately. I love Tom Brady desperately. I love Troy Aikman desperately.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you desperately.
I love you too, honey.
And I love our listeners
Love
desperately,
y'all.
but I'm sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.
Yeah, one of my fake lashes. Oh, sorry. Hit the button.
Oh, sorry.
One of my fake lashes like started poking me in my eye, my extensions. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't get it. I can't get it. That's what I was. It wasn't an allergy attack. It was a fake eyelash attack. Sorry about that.
Safe. If you drove all the way from wherever in the heck you are, San Antone, I think, and you buy a shot, I'll drink it.
That's the only one.
Oh, good.
Y'all, he was out of his mind. He was completely passed out.
Yeah, I was out of my mind. I'm out of my mind. All right, let's see here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to drink a protein shake and go to bed. I'm just like, this was not my day.
Yeah, well, get up at butt crack of dawn.
I'm going to have to start getting back up earlier next week. We're going back to the office next week.
Ah! Did you get your COVID test? Amen.
We had to have mandatory COVID testing today to make sure we are COVID free.
You got to have another test before you walk in the building. Amen.
I'm COVID free.
Well, not until you get another test. Amen. What if you get COVID between now and the next time you're at the office? Amen. You want to get sushi? Hey, Sean, you want to get some sushi? Amen.
You're losing it.
Yeah, my voice is just, I don't know what happened. What I miss, guys? San Antone. Someone said
Is
Shaq.
Sin in there? Is Sin finally going to come?
I think Sin was in a little earlier.
Missed the announcement.
Does
everybody say they're going to be able to come?
Someone said Shaq was at Babes in Frisco.
Yeah, I think he has some
crazy.
children in the area, honey. I think he does.
Maybe
you know how a lot of athletes have. I don't know nothing. This is all allegedly. I think Shaq's got some kids around here. And maybe maybe he's not secretive about it. Maybe it's public. I don't know.
Well, he grew up in Texas.
Well, maybe he was just here to see family then.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was cool he had a tech hat on. I was like, man, that is freaking awesome. Shaq Diesel. The big Aristotle. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to upload file, send an email or two, and then pass out. We'll see you guys. Okay, so next week, just for your information, we have 2 podcasts. So we're going to do one on Monday. We're going to do one on Wednesday. Yeah, that's right. He went to high school in San Antonio. Is that Kellie?
Sounds like water running. What are we calling this podcast? A sandwich and some Troy Aikman.
No.
Some. What do you call yourself if you're a football disappointed?
A sandwich and some defeated. A sandwich and some
defeated fans. Defeated football. Some.
We're defeated. We're disillusioned.
We'll see what they're saying in the chat room. I don't know.
We need help with a sandwich and some Cowboys
title.
bitching. That's a good one. A sandwich and some Cowboys bitching.
Can we say bitching in the title?
A sandwich and some
bitching.
A sandwich and some soapbox. A sandwich and some. A sandwich and some football season. A sandwich and some
Griping. Sandwich and some griping. Y'all think about that, and y'all work it out and let me know, because I got to type the show description now.
A sandwich and some ranting. A sandwich and some defeated. A sandwich and some throwback to the last Cowboys victory. A sandwich and some 90s. A sandwich and some podcast lover said, "Thank you for not jipping the listener." Yeah, that's true, Michael. We don't want to put any a sandwich and some sunset in your eyes. A sandwich and some I don't know. A sandwich and some We Love Tom Brady. A sandwich and some Tom Brady's really good. It's a good one. I think that's true, Sam. Yeah. I mean, I guess it could always be worse. Sam likes the Jets. The Jets haven't won a Super Bowl since Joe Namath was there, and that was in the 60s. I mean, it could always be worse, right? A sandwich and some Aikman love. That's a good one. I don't know.
Think on it. I'm still writing.
What if he saw it? A sandwich and some too much wine. A sandwich and some don't go chasing waterfalls. That's a good one, because that's a 90s thing.
Y'all decide.
Oh, I mean, I like that one. A sandwich and some Cowboys buffoonery. Yeah, buffoonery, all right. Running through nightclubs, art collections. I mean, come on. How about we win something? But you know what? All the Cowboys fans are going to be out there buying Miller Lite, drinking Miller Lite, subscribing to AT&T, buying Ford trucks. Everybody's like optimistic. 26 years, babe. 26 years. Don't go chasing waterfall.
Kellie claps back or Kelly's clap back? Kellie claps back.
Kellie claps back. Oh, Michael, it's a lot of fun. College games are way more fun to go to than pro games, though. Pro games, you're either in a box, Dime, or you're sitting there watching the big gigantic screen at AT&T like you're in your living room. The world's biggest living room. I know, Wheezy. I'm right there with you. I'm going to be there cheering, drinking my Miller Lite. Oh, yeah. Listening to Post Malone, driving a Ford truck, AT&T cell service. What else? Building a house with Acme Brick. Who are other sponsors? I don't know. So defeated. A sandwich and a football mom.
Okay, I'm ready. What is it called?
I like to sandwich in some Aikman love, or a sandwich in some.
Aching for Aikman.
No. How about a sandwich and some Tom and Troy love? Well, that sounds kind of weird.
Aching for Aikman.
No, I'm not aching. Who's aching?
I'm aching.
Oh.
I just need a title.
Why is this so hard tonight?
Sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not.
A sandwich and some Cowboy soapbox. We should have talked about old Aaron Rodgers too. That big granola bit he's throwing down.
Some people are saying his heart's just not in it anymore. He's gone off on this spiritual journey or something.
Oh, he's pulling a Chris Nunez?
Look at him. He's been hanging with, he's with Shailene Woodley, and she's all crunchy granola. He's probably buying into that whole Zen thing. Okay, a sandwich and some final vote.
A sandwich and an Aikman like.
An Aikman like.
An Aikman like. You like my post?
Oh. Aikman love?
A sandwich and Aikman love? A sandwich and longing for the early 90s. There you go.
That's a long title.
A sandwich and
some longing for the 90s.
Yeah. A sandwich and some longing for the 90s. A sandwich and some Cowboys buffoonery. I mean, that's good too. A sandwich and some hating. A sandwich and some podcast lover. Is that something else?
And also get details on the next podcast family meet up at Oat. Is it BBQ or barbecue? Do we spell it out? BBQ. In Dallas on Saturday, November 13th. Send. Done. Y'all,
I
love you. But I'm ready to go to bed.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Ken Holiday wants to get together with us.
Big Kenneth Holiday?
To discuss next summer.
Next summer?
But I already told him.
I don't know what we're going to do either.
I did give him a heads up about that.
What did he say?
Well, he said he wants to get together to grab lunch or dinner to talk about it with his wife so we could do like a foursome. So you want me to start looking at the calendar for that? That can be on a weeknight, right? We don't have to do a weekend. Okay, great. I'll get on that. Good night. Love you guys. Thank you for putting up with me.
What about chopped liver?
I said thank you for putting up with me. Y'all can't see my boobies right now.
Whoa.
I told you I took off my sports bra. I was going to go for a walk, and I just didn't.
Bounce with that. Bounce with that. Bounce with that. Bounce with that. You should have seen what she just did. It was lewd. It was a lewd gesture.
Not at all exciting.
Okay, y'all. Oh, God, I'm sorry. All right, I got to upload this file. Stop talking. It was kind of the carrot was like that move, not the jumping jacks. That I mean, that is lewd. It wasn't it was more of that bit, whatever that is. Oh, Wheezy. I want to try that. I've not had that chicken fried steak. I need to try that. We're doing breakfast now, too. That just started. Yeah, the shimmy. Yeah, the shimmy. The shimmy. Yeah, it was like the lewd shimmy she just did. The shimmy. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Oh. I think I just saw teenagerous Emma Kellius. Teenagerous, hungriest Emma Kellius. Chick-fil-A-us. A sandwich and some shimmy. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm just wasting time now, but I'll talk to you guys soon. Here's Emma Kelly. Bye. Talk to y'all soon.